Okay, my fellow cosmos, beautiful creatures. Once again, I apologize about the audio if it sounds a little too loud because I know I've as of recent I've updated that. So just do whatever you have to do. But I'm just saying I'll still let it be known that I still apologize for my volume if it sounds too low. I mean, if my volume sounds too high, because I know how you can, especially if you have headphones in. But just letting you know in ahead of time. All right, so I actually want to talk about AEW again. I'm trying to make that a habit, even though I've said countless times before. I don't. I really can just say fuck all and just I'm done with AEW. I don't want to talk about them. I'll go this lane, and I'll just as usual just talk about WWE. But I'm still I still have it in the back of my mind. I still have a little bit of hope of just because only in a sense of because I want them to go under new management. I want AEW to prosper. I want AEW to live on. I want it to get better. Like WWE, I want them to really just prosper and, have actual talent and get to a place of where they can just contribute and to, really flourish. Because, there's a lot of wrestling companies out there that they're just there and they don't get why a company like WWE or why wrestling as a whole is just completely excelled and it was just mainstream because the characters that they had, the stories, people really being into whether it was the stories or the characters, you know most of wrestling seemed to have forgotten about that and they just want to be another WWE just because, or they just want to be a company just to make money. Like I said, business is business is business, but there's a difference between business and then you're gonna say you're all about this community, but at the same time, you're being you're thieving wrestlers. You're just flat out just having bias and favoritism. You're clearly just in it just because you just want to get an extra dollar off the fact of people's you do it off the fact that people they don't have a brain and they're just naive, and I just can't stand that. But like I said, if you're gonna be a business, then just straight up just be that and just come out and say that. But that's not the market. That's not a smart marketing tactic, which is why I have problems with companies like AEW. And it's been clear. It's been pretty clear for months now. If you haven't saw already, pretty clear when it comes to 2022. They've been Tony's been very clear, and just obvious in the type of person in which just flat out in which he lies about what he says he is. And you can just tell by his actions, his decisions as a not even a leader. Just like ignorant, baseless decisions he does for his company, his wrestlers. Just take a look at it for like the past couple of 2 months now. It's just horrendous, a mess. So yet again, AEW has they've been quite still making those headlines, and this is exactly one of the reasons why I don't watch AEW. And they're just whether it's on I just like the penny WWE does it when they feel like it because they can be petty too, but it's just like especially Tony. He's shown that he's an insecure, spoiled, bratty child, and it's just like I said, copyright, and it's just like they completely abuse copyright because I saw a few channels and I see a few people that's been hit directly by AEW, And it's like they go out of their way. It's like if you're not kissing my ass, and if you're not telling me what I need to hear, so I can steal more people's wallets, then yeah, you're not you're not trying to yeah, you're not gonna be able to talk about me. That's why, yeah, most of these big channels that they say the stuff and have you believe that AEW was slowly bringing back. They brought back. They're on top of the mountain and they've saved wrestling. When that's just, yeah, that's a flat out damn right lie. It's like you could completely tell. And yeah, it's just like because they're doing it for that sole purpose, because they've been hit by it too. You have a couple of big channels out here that's been that probably like a lot. I would say recently, but probably like sometime, or even like some, because I've heard JD also, but it has probably kind of been hit by a copyright claim because he probably has said something that they didn't like, and that's why they try to use that as some sort of because you can talk about, which is the reason why I stopped talking about AEW. You could talk about them, and if it's not what they like, you don't have to have any bit of content of that's theirs. They'll still claim copyright, and they're going out here and they're abusing the copyright system. Because if it is, you can clearly see what that is. If you don't kiss their ass, if you don't get on your knees, then yeah, they don't. They feel you're not worthy, or you shouldn't talk about their product, or they're just them AEW as a whole, and that's just why I'm just so sick. Just like a lot, because and of course YouTube or whatever company like Twitter, just a social media site, they're gonna go right with it, because obviously they got sponsors as well. There are a lot of sponsors from companies like AEW, and they make big money off of the ad, because they're they sponsor that whichever big company that's out there. So of course YouTube or Twitter, they're gonna take down that copyright. Like, to how much pettiness that you gotta have, and just straight up be just a bitch like, and take copyright content off of Twitter. Are you serious right now? Like, are you serious? Like, yeah, just childish and ignorant on just trying to copyright content on YouTube when they don't really have your content to begin with. That's one thing, but it's like when you try to copyright someone on Twitter, wow. Because I heard, I just got hours ago, yeah, they copyrighted something else. And they really get pissed off. This is another thing, because just many reasons why Tony Khan is just a utter dumbass. Like, he brags about the fact, the whole thing. I think he did that probably like a year ago, but he brags about the fact. Oh, I saw that quote. We don't need to train our wrestlers. They're doing whatever they should do, and yeah, well, they can do whatever the hell. Like, that's exactly why they have the type of injuries that they have. It's like because you still have professionals, but this professional may not be as professional, and he may not has information. He may not has that amount of information that he needs to have to be aware and be safe. That's the whole thing about being and he has none of that, and he just let these wrestlers just go out there half cocked and just ignorant, and they don't have any type of safeness in what they're doing, and they just go out there not giving a fuck. And I saw that whole what went down between Adam Page. It looks like a minor injury. He even tweeted about it, so he does have the function to still move around, but it's like, that's scary, and I could have really just took him out for a while, and that could be like close to a career threatening injury. And it's like you're having your wrestlers go out and they're not all being safe. They're not being told to be safe and really professional, and they're just going out there fucking ignorant, and they don't really care on what they do. Even your top stars as well. They make fucking mistakes. These basic, clear mistakes, and it's like it makes no sense. It really does not make no sense. And that's just another reason of why you shouldn't be a leader. Damn sure a leader, but and just why you shouldn't be have a company at all. You're putting your wrestlers at risk. You're putting everybody at risk. And it's like that makes no sense. And it's like he's taking people. It was clearly. I wouldn't say that clothesline that happened on Adam Page. I wouldn't say that's a botch, but it's yeah they're on this again because I spoke about it last time also. I think I spoke about months ago. Yeah, I spoke about this months ago when they filed a DMC claim because they done it to other. It's not the first time too, and they've done it to multiple people on YouTube, whether it's on Twitter or everybody or wherever else. But yeah, they've been again. They have their agents go out and abuse the copyright system. Taking down botch videos. Oh yeah, really pissed. They're pissed off of that. Like I said, I wouldn't say the clothesline is a botch, but yeah, they're taking down botch videos of the whole. That's what whether it is or not, it just goes to show you that it's another form. Unless you're kissing their ass, they don't want it. They don't want you to call out or make fun of the mistakes that they're doing. And they copyrighted this person. Let me see. Yeah, they said they copyrighted this the other tweet of from Ringside News. He said my good friend Heel Goldsmith went to an AEW event in New York and filmed their low attendance. Yeah, because I don't think I could bring it up. I don't think it's probably some on Google, but I've seen videos and I've seen pictures of AEW. That's because they're also doing it also. But I've seen pictures and videos of the seats and just their in attendance being really empty. And I guess somebody filmed it and they sent a copyright claim to his Twitter post. Oh, and then they brag about being sold out and everything like that, but when they're clearly not. I don't know if y'all know, but yeah, the dude of the person who runs Ringside News, I got another wrestling article. He said his good friend went to an AEW event in New York and he filmed their low attendance and he shared it on Twitter. And fast forward today, they said they're filing claims to have him removed off Twitter. Petty as fuck. Just childish. Then he said an AEW fan tried to call his cell phone to troll him at 1 a.m. because they didn't like that tweeted AEW botches, and they said the video is to bring awareness to an obvious issue. Yeah, and it's like the fact that Tony is out here bragging about not properly training talent is ludicrous. It really is. Like I said, the fact that you brag about that and then you have the injuries that you just had it the latest this week. And you're so worried about going against about another company which you clearly don't have. You're not in competition at. You're like just 5 steps back. You're worried about that instead of being worried about your talent. And that's why you had the shit that it went down. Adam Page, he caught an injury. That's one of the reasons why I don't keep up and watch. Why I don't and haven't been keeping up with them. It's because you have it. Do I really need to be obvious? The shit that's been going on in AEW, it's ridiculous. And then this man, this dude has the gall to be to act as top shit and act like he's on top of the world and act like nobody can fuck with it. And you just have to continuously kiss his ass, or they want to come at you with knives and bats and Molotovs, and it's just it's completely ignorant and childish. Even something as little as just Twitter post. because it clearly whether it's in attendance. I said, who really cares about that? But whether it's as little as it, because it exposes the truth. It exposes the mistakes. It's just the bullshit lies that they try to feed to everybody, that they're this top company that's on the world, and they're not. They're clearly not. The same thing that WWE does, but it's just like they try to like say that they're just better than that, and that they're the only company that could just be this flat out that they're the best wrestling company around. When really they're just a big budgeted, whether it's an indie circus, an Impact. That's all they are. It's like the fact that they gotta be petty as something as little as you would think. It's still a big deal, but as something, because they want to all the time. They want to be right. They want to feel like they want to have smoke blowing out their ass, and they don't want to have nobody challenge them. And that's why I distanced the way up that I have about them, because they just look at the shit they're on. They're completely biased. They don't care. They really say like when they try to make it as if they're about the community, when it's just really it's just force fed shit. And whether they say they about the company, unless they benefit in return, because they want that ass kisses. They want to feel as if they're doing good. And it's just, like I said, I want all in the world, because I want, like I said, a company like AEW to prosper. But it's clear. It's just that that's not going to happen unless Tony Khan is not in that position of leadership anymore. AEW is not going to prosper unless it has the pieces moved around. Because, like I said, it has great potential, but the people around it is not about that potential. They're not about. They're ignorant, and they're arrogant. They're really insecure, attention-seeking fucking people. And they want to use that platform to make it seem as if they're a really just genuine, hard-working company, when that's not the case at all. And this is exactly why I don't tune into AEW. It's because the shit that's going behind the scenes. Whether it's inside of wrestling or it's behind the scenes. They have terrible leadership. And that's not going to, nothing about AEW is really going to go forward in the future unless nothing is really going to get good about it, entertainment-wise, whether it's the talent or whether it's just everything about it. The booking, the talent, the stories, the characters, all of that. None of that is going to really prosper unless you have a lot of pieces moved. A lot has to change about AEW. Because if it's not, it's really going to go under. And we know what's going on with Warner Bros. Because that's who they're partnering with. We know what's going on with Warner Bros. Because you AEW fags, just butt inducing fans that want to brag about AEW. That's gonna be their downfall, especially because their audience is completely just ignorant, and y'all act like they don't have mistakes. And I don't know what could I say about CM Punk. Cause I really think I should do that in a bigger and a different, much more separate, really really detailed, explanatory video. But yeah, it's like, and CM Punk is no different either. I mean, he has shown on different set of occasions that he's really just about himself. and he just like wants to pretend to be this. He's just martyr society, martyr messiah, than just about. Like I said, he should be like feeding this shit to Tony. But it's like he's so obsessed with being this, cult leader, messiah, still on that shit, and just wanting to everybody to feed into that, and that he always has to be right. Like I said, I love CM Punk, but like I said, I don't know if he should be able to. It's really he's not really not proving that reason of why he should have came back or left wrestling, because now he's become a part of what he hated, or what what he said that he hated. He's a part of that now. So I guess whether it's regardless if they might buy CM Punk, or they might buy out his contract or whatever like that. I don't know what really is it going to do, because he's not really, he hasn't, just like he hasn't, just like Daniel Bryan and others, he hasn't been really doing anything because Tony Khan. It's a lot of inconsistencies. He don't know anything when it comes to about really the presentation. That's everything. Tony Khan doesn't know anything about that when it comes to wrestling and how you sell your product in the entertainment field. I will always continue to say this, and I've said it just like y'all pretty much heard it say. Wrestling is second. I've seen years of wrestling, and which is why that's been kept me included, really engaged, is the characters, the story, their personalities, larger than life. That's why I'm a geek. That's why I do what I do when I talk about. That's why I purely talk about wrestling. This is what got me into it in the first place. To see it succeed, to prosper. Yeah, wrestling matters. That it comes in with that, that storytelling and within those characters, but that shit, it's not the solution. It's not what keeps people engaged and keep watching your product. It's the characters and their personalities and their stories, their charisma. People like what they see on screen. They don't care about, I said, unless it's real life, they don't care about the fight. They already get that. If they wanted that, they could really go to UFC or to companies like UFC, MAA. Like I said, Bob, that, man. People watch entertainment because they want to be entertained, not the other way around. But I'm pretty much done, and I'm gonna see y'all the next time. Stay blessed, Cosmos.